thinking, holy smokes, Castellano is hit by the pitch. 2021.
No, the emotions are real right here. You see the hard tag by Woodford coming in making the play, but Castellanos in his face. Jake Woodford's not taking it. Yachty ain't taking it.
And he popped him up. Romo with a 1-2-3 inning.
Happens after he leaves the box.
He smiled after him after he knew he missed that pitch, and then I think Romo got it.
Franco gets hit.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, kid.
And Manoah comes charging in.
Yeah.
Orioles bench coming out.
But for a young player, I don't think he was. And again, he got the arm underneath the baseball, and it rode up to Frank.
Contreras saved 2 times. Adel Narvaez and
yucking it up with Pat Murphy, it looks like. And meanwhile, some other guys are kind of getting after it a little bit, airing some grievances.
here's the 3-2 delivery on the way. That one's sliced to fit hard, but right at him. Look at this. We're going to have the dugouts empty in here. Nagowski and Stroman, both dugouts, bullpens are starting their way in.
Looked like it started out with Peraza talking Tom Rojas down, but Rojas clearly taking offense to something Stroman either said or did, and it was on.
Rojas doesn't look upset.
Donnie is running out of players tonight. All of the position players used, and now Brian Anderson and Yadier Molina getting into it. And a few from each side in to break it up.
Grandal takes a ball in the dirt, and Jose peels away. Throw down to second, meets him there, and he is out.
Well, he went in real hard to Goodrum.
And Goodrum is jawing at him, and Jose's going right back at him. Jose is really not happy with being hit by that pitch, and now the benches are going to clear.
Location to the hitters when he was on base, and Robbie seems like he's not too happy. Norris, Chavez looks like, well, I don't know what he's talking about, but Norris was the one that was upset.
We've been told this is a fluid bullpen. They're coming out now. 3 Mets hit by a pitch yesterday. It sounded like Buck and Dave had cleared the air. They know that they're standing on the mound. You're hearing the boos again because he came pretty aggressively off towards, it looks like Buck Showalter may have said something.
Very above average major leaguers, so that Kiermaier said is a dangerous thing.
And now Baraki hits Kiermaier on the first pitch, and it's just natural to wonder if this has anything to do with yesterday and
The problem I have with this is George Springer is your third hitter.
And Dom goes down swinging, and Alvarado extricates himself from the jam. And we've got a lot of screaming and yelling going on, and now Alvarado inviting Dom Smith to come at him, and both benches have emptied. This goes.
Frazier is hit by the pitch, and now he takes a couple of steps, and Wilson and Frazier are going to jump, and here come the dugouts.
Last year, he gets hit, and for Santana and the Dodgers, they're lucky that it hit him, because if it doesn't, the game's probably over and that ball's at the backstop. And now Mateo and Santana coming together, and now this game's Muncy hits this ball to deep right field. Forget about it. Muncy with a splash hit. Oh, that thing was hit so far. Don't look at me. Some boos.
And not that I agree with the Angels, but I understand that the Angels felt that, and now Albert Pujols is yelling at somebody in the Astros dugout.
Albert Pujols is getting in it with this is what's going to happen when you start throwing at guys' heads.
Pitch. Hits Stanton, and Stanton gives a little look, and now has something to say to Mike Fiers. And now Stanton going to take
A step towards him as the benches will start to trickle out.
Boston.
Good work.
I think at that time in his career, really was away.
Hayward.
What is going on between Hayward and Bumgarner here?
After he struck out looking, he said something to Bumgarner.
Swing and a miss.
The amazing thing is this is the most quiet Kyle's been all season long in a game. He hasn't been animated at all tonight.
Right. Nothing wrong with that. Rooker Ridlin. Indians 3.
Carlos Gomez, the center fielder, comes in.
Anybody want any hot chocolate, any coffee, donuts?
Number 4. Teammates in Milwaukee, so they know each other.
Ooh, and Dylan Betances just... I did not do that intentionally. You see Betances yelling at him.
I said I wasn't doing that on purpose. Look. And see Sanchez trying to hold him back.
Oh, look out when Hoskins is hit by the pitch. And Carl's been ejected.
Have enough information to tell you this was on purpose. It's a cold night, Jessica, to your point.
And
just P, but we'll see. Oh, huh?
Well,
he could throw him out.
He could be tossed out of this game right now.
You could throw to first. He knew what was going on.
He's been thrown out.
Stands, and it's pretty fun to watch.
Well, if not cookies, they were falling behind, and then if they wanted to pitch to the guy, they had to come in with a pitch, and and that's what speed does to a defense and to a pitcher, doesn't it? It applies.
Tough, make it easier for the guys behind you, but tough for the pitchers. But these guys, they don't think about that.
Tell you what,
got some action going.
He hits tonight, a double back in the first, and that goes behind him, and Cabrera stares out at Ramos. Not at all happy with that. Ended that. When, as Dribble Cabrera hit that walk-off home run at Citi Field last September against the Phillies, it was against Ramos. And he hit
Anderson strikes out. That's 5 strikeouts. Marcus Stroman now has words with Anderson as the benches are going to come off. And Anderson took exception to what Stroman was doing. And now
You can see Justin Verlander getting into it with one of the Yankees trying to get at somebody that's dugout. Castellanos and Verlander are talking to and watch Martinez and Verlander. Verlander kind of blows him off, says something. Martinez doesn't like it, and now they're going to have to hold Victor Martinez back as Verlander walks away.
Hudson willing to just take his base.
Yep.
But some others taking umbrage over there in the Brewer dugout. Jason
was the swing and the fly ball and the out. And Baez hears something at that point. And then Aguilar's got to get in the middle of it. Blyer may or may not have something we can't really read his.
It's 2 outs in the 9th. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. Chapman does. Now they have some things to say to the Yankee dugout. And now the Yankees are moving toward the Rays, and this is not supposed to happen with the social distancing rule.
Good work ahead of him. Man, it's tough. He has a lot of emotion when he's out there. You know, I don't know if he was calling out Anthony or I'm wonderful, and then somebody from the Cubs dugout probably had something to say. I mean,
into deep left center field, and this game
that was aggressive. It looked like he was defending the Yankees' integrity there after the accusations of the whistle. Umpires and coaches are doing their best to defuse the situation. Here come the bullpen
to 53 pitches, and on the first pitch of the 4th, he gets Kurt Suzuki.
Walter said something to Suzuki, and Suzuki's going back to flips the bat. I think he's staring out there, and watch Walters. He looks at Suzuki and then says something right here. I heard him say something way up here.
Inside ball 4. Hoskins saying something to Castro and McCann walking him up. Now
pretty good command, and those were well in off the plate, those last 2 pitches.
And I agree with you 100%. He fell behind and was like
pleasure. And we're starting to find out more about Mike too. I mean, he's a baseball man through and through, and there's out and watch, he runs on the mound. You just never see that. Don't do that. And thank you, Jim. Just ran on the mound of Miles Michaelis and Brad Thompson. That is
count. And he lays off, and look at Diaz. Full-on competitive nature of these two. And Diaz took that breaking ball and started chirping at it like Juan Soto.
It was almost like he was yelling at him.